Marlon goes out against Jose Aldo, and so much was made of this fight for a couple of reasons. Let's back up. First off, Jose coming down to 135 pounds. First time down there, without question, the greatest featherweight the world has ever seen. But now he's going to try 135 on for size. And by the way, he gets dealt from the bottom of the deck and the former title challenger, right, in Marlon. So this is a hard night out. But can Jose even make weight? How's he going to do? Is he going to be too drained? There's all these different questions. Okay, so the contest begins, and these guys, I mean, this is just a stand-up fight. And one thing that many people may not have been aware of, but Marlon used to train with Jose. I mean, Marlon was living in the favela in Brazil, and he would go to the gym, and they let him come in for free as long as he was a sparring partner, and he worked hard, and he came back. I mean, there's all of these things, but in many ways, he's now in the cage with his hero. That's a hard spot to be in. And when you play the game that Jose Aldo plays, which is stand-up fighting in 4-ounce gloves, it's a remarkably difficult thing to do. Those gloves really do change it. To stay on your feet, to find your target, even defenses are different when you don't have the bigger, boxing-style glove on. There's a reason that people love to watch Adesanya fight. There's a reason that people respect Anderson Silva's style so much. There's a reason that people give Conor McGregor the credit that he does. But Jose Aldo's of that same mold. And when you're watching he and Marlon go out there and fight, I mean, ultimately this was a purely stand-up fight, and it was very close. I can tell you from being there live, the audience did not agree with the decision. I personally thought that Jose won the fight. Now, there wasn't sour grapes. There's a very close fight. That's not what I'm trying to speak to, but the question of where does the division go from here? I think this threw a little bit of a wrench in it because as Jose Aldo's coming down, Henry Cejudo is currently looking for some fresh blood. Henry Cejudo's really called out two guys, Dominic Cruz and Jose Aldo. So if Aldo would have got a win, boom, Henry would have rubber stamped that. He'd have gone after him on social media. Aldo likely would have slid into that shot. With Aldo losing and the fact that Marlon just fought Henry, it just throws that whole division in a little bit of a, what do we do now? Right? Cody Garbrandt's coming back, but he already got a different opponent. It's one of these things. Henry's talking about, I might retire from the whole sport. It looks as though he's not returning to 125 pounds. He recently put something out. He looked big, like he just got cleared to train X amount of days ago. I mean, he looks big. To me, he looks like a 135 pounder, so I think it is a fair question. Who's next for him? And in many ways, if you want to go up the rankings, it's Marlon, but we can all agree that Marlon just got the shot, and he's not going right back in there with him. He's going to need at least 2 more wins. So where do you go at 135, and where do you go if you're Jose Aldo? Because this was one of these performances that, again, many people thought that he won. This is a Jose Aldo that you're going to go out and watch fight. If you're one of the boys in the back on 135 pounds, you're not grabbing your phone and texting Sean Shelby, give me Jose Aldo. I want the next crack at Jose Aldo. No. You're standing back and go, whoa, this guy can do it 145. He can do it 135 what he did at 145. And by the way, everybody gets that first time. Everybody gets that first try where nobody expects them to have all the kinks worked out your first day on the job or your first day in the division.